All right, welcome back, and now we're here with the Raw recap.
Yeah, Raw started out pretty good with Seth Rollins flooding the ring. I was there for that Raw. I was waiting for Stone Cold to come out. I don't want to say that because I'm watching the stage and I see all these masked men flooding the ring. And of course, Seth then walks out, takes off his mask, and it's called.
Wait, when you say flooded the ring, you mean with all those guys, all the masked men? Okay, kind of like what they did last time, but with more men?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, and of course, and then Seth saying how he created a vision, he would end the vision, calling out the vision of how Bronson Reed, everybody in the vision. And that was pretty good. Way to start Raw. And of course, Paul Heyman walks out. You see his face all bruised up too, all bloody and everything, all bruised, cuts.
How do you get all that?
Seth stopped him.
That's right. That's right. Yes. But was Bronson Reed and all the Vision guys there?
No,
it was just the A-Town and
it was Logan just Paul Heyman.
Oh, just Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Logan Paul wasn't there.
No,
even though he made appearances in San Antonio.
Yeah, he was at Holy Cross High School, San Antonio, in the morning. That's pretty cool.
All right, that's crazy. All right.
But then of course, Paul Heyman was like talking to Seth Rollins. He goes like FAFO. I'm like, what does that even mean? And of course, then he says F5. I'm like, oh, okay, they're going to the Brock's music hit. And that was pretty cool to start Raw like that. I like that when Raw started. Then of course, Brock started attacking everybody, all the masked men. I don't know if you saw, you watched it back, but when Brock was suplexing all these masked men, they were flying far too, and they were like landing very hard too.
Dang! So I guess those guys were they got hazard pay.
Yeah.
So did he ever get his hands on Seth Rollins?
No, because he ran the ring when Brock turned to him.
Oh, so Paul Heyman brought Brock Lesnar back. I guess that's a little protection or something. Wow. So I'm curious to see how that's going to roll, because then is Brock part of the vision, or he's just helping a friend?
I think it could go either way. Yeah. And of course, after that, we had Oba come out. That was pretty cool. Crowd was very loud for Oba. Of course, he confronts Brock Lesnar. Now, this goes back to Royal Rumble. Remember when you were saying how they should have saved Brock and Oba to face off in the Rumble?
Yes.
But then Brock got out too early?
Yes.
Now we have Oba attacking Brock Lesnar, slamming on the mat, which that really happens nowadays.
All right. So, okay. I could see that happening. I could see them both together.
So now that will be the WrestleMania match now. That's official. That's pretty cool to see.
Wow, that's good for Oba. Right there, automatically gets the big dog. Gets him when he comes in. So, all right. So then, what else did we have in the Raw? How was the matches?
We had El Grande versus original El Grande, and that's they put on a pretty good match. I like that match, pretty good. Not the original one, but Kaiser won.
Really?
Yeah.
Kaiser won. Wow. Okay, I thought the original was gonna win.
No.
So what does that say about the original? It wasn't really the original, or? All right. So okay. What else you got?
We had Bayley versus
was it AJ Lee?
AJ Lee, yeah.
How was that match?
That was really good. I like the way that turned out. Of course, Bayley, of which had tough loss in that one, but I like that match. That was pretty good. Went on for a while too, but of course, after the match, we had Becky Lynch attack AJ Lee.
Oh, really? All right. I like Becky Lynch. So Becky Lynch attached AJ Lee. And how did that end? Like, she walked up. Becky Lynch was the bigger person there. Like, she knocked her down and all that.
Yeah, she was. She dominated. She attacked her pretty badly. Of course, she was dominant for that.
Nice. All right. I mean, AJ Lee's okay, but I still like Becky Lynch better. So then, is that like a WrestleMania match coming soon? Hopefully, or not hopefully, but maybe it's probably going to do.
I would say so. Yeah, probably that'll probably happen.
But
like
we've
that.
seen it so many times, though, right?
Yeah, but like twice now, I think.
Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully I don't know. Maybe it'll end before WrestleMania and AJ Lee fights somebody else, or Becky Lynch gets the belt and fights somebody else. So every time we go to a wrestling match, or no matter which one it is, there's always a match that people go to the restroom. That's the restroom break.
Yeah.
What match was that?
That was Natalya versus Maxine Debris.
So,
but Maxine came out first. So when the moment Maxine Dupri's music, everyone, literally everyone got up from the seat and used the restroom.
so that was the match.
The hallways and restroom line were pretty packed.
They're probably saying, "Where did everybody go?" Wow. I mean, Natalya too. I mean, she's a part-time wrestler, and I don't know. I don't see her as a wrestler anymore, because, she's a part-time. You want to see full-timers. Maxie Dupri's now, I mean, he's always been a full-time wrestler. So, did Maxie Dupri win?
I don't even know. I didn't even watch that match.
You didn't even know. Like, I don't know. We'll look it up later, I guess.
Yeah. There was a point on the Raw where Randy was speaking to Randy had a promo, and he said how he spoke to someone with brains, with smartness. And said how they also said how wrestling has more than one royal family, which is what Cody Rhodes says in his theme music.
All right.
So it's like, who did Randy speak to? That also says that, and Femi was on his side, because Randy not only has not much people on his side.
I'm curious to see, because the only person they would talk about would be like Paul Heyman. That's like a manager type deal.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll talk to Roman Reigns.
No.
Maybe Kevin Owens.
Maybe, yeah.
Sami Zayn, I don't know, not about that, but I don't know. I was curious to see that. Like, that got me kind of like, okay, I don't know who it is.
Yeah. Going to, I guess, the main part of Raw, which is where CM Punk and Roman Reigns promo. Of course, I think this is a promo where you have to look into it a little bit deeper, because how at the end we had where CM Punk hit Roman Reigns after he called him old. So CM Punk plays his role of if you watch him, you're like, oh, this is a guy who has tough skin, can take an insult, can talk the talk, and everything.
Okay.
But of course, when the moment, Roman Reigns has an insult, CM Punk lays a hand on Roman Reigns. Now, last week, we had CM Punk doing an insult towards Roman Reigns' dad. And Roman Reigns took it pretty good. He didn't react or lay a hand or anything. He just took it and then went on to the next week. But of course, when Roman Reigns does an insult, CM Punk lays a hand. That's the first person to lay a hand in this promo at all. When Roman Reigns has not laid a hand on CM Punk yet.
What is this, like a Karate Kid?
Yeah.
Where Ralph Macchio always attacks? So what are you saying? Where's it going here? Like CM Punk doesn't have thick skin, or he's taking everything personally now?
I think I'd say both, because this is the first time we've seen someone lay a hand on each other, and it's CM Punk doing it first.
All right, so where do we go from here with CM Punk and Roman Reigns? What I guess the next Raw until when is WrestleMania? Like next month already?
Yeah, next month.
Wow.
We're about a month away.
I felt like we just saw SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Like, that's weird already. Okay, so yeah, WrestleMania is already coming up next month. All right, I guess there's not many Raws before WrestleMania, right? All right, so coming soon. I guess it's going to be pay-per-view. It's going to be on
Netflix.
ESPN?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a paid one.
Yeah. But they did say the first hour is free on ESPN on both nights.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to pay. Okay. We got to get something then started.
Yeah.
All right. What did Stephanie McMahon said VPNs?
Yeah, she did say that, yeah.
All right. So let's see if it's a VPN from Brazil or something. Okay. All right. What else we got for that matches?
And that's it.
All right.
See you next time. Peace.